The Oklahoma Sooner football program twice played in the Rose Bowl. And for the first time, they're playing Georgia in their second trip to the Rose Bowl ever, and their first ever game against Georgia. Memorable, to say the least. Not a win for the Sooners in their second ever college football playoff appearance, but oh mama, what a game. 54-48, Georgia, and the Dogs are in the national championship. A review of the Rose Bowl from 2018 next. Only right here, Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. Maybe the game didn't quite go the way that the Oklahoma part of the fan base, part of the Rose Bowl wanted it to go, but oh my goodness, they saw a great game. They saw the team finally not just give up. You've seen that against Bob Soups. They don't show up to the games. Well, they showed up tonight in the first ever, not only one, but two overtimes. The first ever Rose Bowl in overtime, and it took two overtimes to end it. 54-48 Georgia, as the Sooners fall short in double overtime. We'll start with the statistics from this game, and it's, well, Jake Fromm, the freshman quarterback from Georgia, 210 yards in the air for number 11, Jake Fromm. 2 touches. He did not have an interception. His longest completion down the field, 21 yards. For the Heisman Trophy winner, 3-time finalist for the Heisman, and 1-time winner Baker Mayfield, number 6 Baker Mayfield for Oklahoma, 287 in the air, 2 touches in his final Oklahoma appearance. Did throw an interception. His longest completion of the night was for 45 yards. The running attack from Georgia was just as dangerous and just as powerful as advertised. Sony Michel only had 11 carries on the night, but did have 181 yards to go with 3 touchdowns on the ground for Georgia. His longest run of the night was for 75 yards. While the other big guy, Nicholas Chubb, number 27, 14 carries, $146. He did not have a touchdown, but his longest run of the night was for 50 yards. Oklahoma's running game was not to be outdone. The heart, the soul of the running back core, Rodney Anderson, coming back from a couple of injuries, coming off of allegations off the field, still found enough time to go for 26 carries for number 24, Rodney Anderson, 26 attempts, 201 yards, did have 2 touches in the ball game for touchdowns. His longest run of the night was for 45 yards. Baker Mayfield was the other main rusher on the night for Oklahoma. 12 carries, 46 yards, didn't have a touchdown. His longest run of the night was for 22 yards. Receiving wise for Georgia, we'll start with Georgia. To go for 210 against our offense, it's kind of not hard to do. In fact, a lot of teams have done it. But you got to have some receivers out there to catch the ball, right? Well, Georgia does. Number 6, Javon Williams, and number 5, Terry Goodwin. We'll start with 6, Javon Williams, who matches his jersey number, 6, with 6 catches, 73 yards and a touchdown. His longest reception of the night, 21 yards. Number 5, Terry Goodwin also matched his jersey number with 5 catches to go with 51 yards. He did not have a touchdown. His longest reception of the night was for 16 yards. The receiving corps for Oklahoma, number 5, Marquise Brown, and number 9, CeeDee Lamb. The first kid that we're going to talk about, number 5, Marquise Hollywood Brown from Miami, Hollywood, not Hollywood, but still showed up in Hollywood, California. 8 catches, a buck 14 and a touchdown. His longest reception of the night was a 45-yard bomb. Number 9, CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches, 66 yards, didn't have a touchdown. His longest reception of the night was from 36 yards. Defensively for Uga and the Bulldogs, Roquan Smith, and number 3, Roquan Smith, sorry, and number 7, Lorenzo Carter. We'll start with Roquan Smith, who had 11 tackles on the night. Didn't have a forced fumble recovered, or interception on the night. While Lorenzo Williams had 10 catches, he also did not have a forced fumble recovered, or interception on the night. Did, however, have that blocked field goal off Seibert in overtime to help the Bulldogs in the game. Defensively for Oklahoma, Kenneth Murray and Emmanuel Beal were the big guys that showed up for the defense for Oklahoma. Kenneth Murray had 9 tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, and 0 INTs on the night. While Emmanuel Beal had 6 tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, and 0 INTs on the evening. Special teams, first of all for Georgia, Rodrigo Blankenship, 2 for 3 on field goals. That's a 66% winning clip. Made one from 38, missed one from 48, but hit a 55-yard bomb. And I mean a dead shot bomb there late to in the second half. Offensively for Oklahoma special teams, Austin Seibert, 2 for 3 on his right, 66 yards on his numbers. 33 yards, 38 yards was his long. He did have a 27-yarder blocked in overtime. Punting for Georgia, Cam Nziklik, 6 attempts, 48.0 in average, 61 along, 3 punts inside the 20-yard line, and 1 touchback. For Sipes had 7 attempts, 41.1 in average for Oklahoma, 57 along, 1 landed inside the 20-yard line, and 0 touchbacks for Seibert. Now we're done with that. So what about, how did we get to the highest scoring game in Rose Bowl history in their first ever college football playoff in the Rose Bowl? Well, this is how it happened, and it started stupendously for our beloved Sooners. Maybe not ended that way, but it started that way. Right out the gate, Baker Mayfield, a 13-yard touchdown pass to Hollywood Brown, to number 5, Marquise Hollywood Brown, because with 11:31 left, Oklahoma's up 7-0, and here we go to the highest scoring game in Rose Bowl history. Jake Fromm, 13-yard touchdown pass to Sony Michel with 8:27 left, and we are tied at 7-7 with 8:27 left in the ball game. Next drive, Rodney Anderson, hot rod, moves in from 9 yards out to a touchdown with 6:56 left, 14-7 Oklahoma. Second quarter was all Oklahoma for the most part. And we'll start with Oklahoma. Rodney Anderson, a 41-yard touchdown run with 14:12 left in the second quarter, 21-7 Sooners. But Sony Michel keeps them in the ball game. with a 41-yard touchdown run with 14 minutes left. 21-14. Sooners, though, still have this thing in hand. Then Austin Seibert with 9:12 left. 38-yard field goal up through the uprights and good. Sooners up 10 with 9:12 left. Then with just 6 seconds left, Oklahoma sneaks into that bag of tricks that you know that Lincoln Riley's been in on with being the OC. Finally pulls one, and it's a touchdown pass from number 9, C.D. Lamb, to number 6, Baker Mayfield, in the back of the end zone. Bake and shake, wide open, with 6 seconds left. It is 31-14 Sooners. Then comes a swib kick, if you will. Georgia actually gets the swib kick and gets good, decent field position. And number 98, Rodrigo Blankenship, pays off. A 55-yard field goal up through the uprights and good, with absolutely no time left in the second quarter. Zeros on the clock. 31-17, though. Sooners still on top. Second half. Third quarter, Georgia not to be outdone in this ball game. It's a national semifinal, and Georgia won't be denied to make it at least a close ball game, as Nick Chubb and a 75-yard touchdown jolt with 12:25 left. 31-24. Sooners, though, still in top. Sony Michel, though, he's not done yet either. 38-yard touchdown run with 55 seconds left. And we are all tied up at 31s as we head to the fourth. In the fourth, Jake Fromm throws his second touchdown pass of the night to number 1, Javon Wims, with 13:57 left. It is 38-31. Georgia has come all the way back to take the lead. But Oklahoma goes right back down and says, you know what? You might have come back from 17 down, but we're not going to just give up. We're not just going to be the same old Oklahoma and going to prevent. In fact, Baker Mayfield finds number 36, Dimitri Flowers, in the end zone with 8:47 left, 38 all with 8:47 left. Next possession after the kickoff. Georgia's on their way on a drive, and then it's Stephen Parker. Picks up a 46-yard scoop and score. Fumble return from 46 yards out for the touchdown with 6:52 left. 45-38. OKLAHOMA. And everything's feeling okay in Oklahomaville. And people are planning, Sooner fans are planning their trip to Atlanta. But Georgia not to be outdone. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the night, from 2 yards out. And with 55 seconds left, we are all tied up at 45s. And you know what? We're not done yet. We got to go to overtime, specifically since we're playing for a national championship appearance. So right out the gate, playing for the national championship game appearance. Rodrigo Blankenship, 38-yard field goal, up and good. Georgia back on top in the first overtime, 48-45 Oklahoma. Then came Sibes. Austin Seibert, 38-yard field goal, up and good. We are all tied up at 48. Double overtime. This is when things get kind of quirky for Oklahoma. Number 43, Austin Seibert, 27-yard field goal is blocked by Lorenzo Carter in this double overtime. 48-48 is where we stay as we head to the Georgia possession. And that's when Sony Michel takes his team literally from California to Atlanta, quite literally, with a 27-yard touchdown run. Touchdown, Georgia, in double overtime. 54-48, Georgia. And Georgia will play Alabama in the national championship. Well, with this being the highest scoring game in Rose Bowl history and playing for a national championship, the next game, you would expect there to be tons and tons and tons and tons of offensive highlights, and there were. But in my opinion, Riley's right call of the game was Baker Mayfield's handoff to Dimitri Flowers. He pitched it to CeeDee Lamb, and then CeeDee finds Baker in the end zone for a touchdown. We've been waiting for that kind of quirkiness all year long. They rarely use it like this, and Baker Mayfield is going out as a receiver. They did it today. They passed it to him today, and he's in the end zone today. The last person to do it like that with a touchdown reception as a quarterback, Trevor Knight, who was actually in Pasadena watching his former Sooners play in the title game, or in the college football playoff. Stoopsy's stop of the night was the local product. Caleb Kelly from Fresno forces the fumble from Sony Michel. It's recovered by Stephen Parker, and Stephen rumbles and fumbles and stumbles from 46 yards out for the touchdown to put the Sooners on top. 45-38. That's also the last time the Sooners even sniffed the lead in this ballgame. All right, guys. Well, might not have ended the way that we wanted it to. But Big 12 champs, a college football playoff appearance, not too bad of a showing in that playoff appearance. I'm proud of this team. And next year is going to be even more fun. All right, guys. It's been fun. I've enjoyed doing this all year. Hopefully we'll get to do one extra one next year when we're in the college football finals. You never know, guys. That thing is wide open. All right, guys. Until that time, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all of my videos, not just football, all of them. You can find them on Boomer Sooner 1982 on YouTube. You can also find them on Facebook, Harry James Sailor, or I tweet them at Hype Man Harry. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, Boomer Sooner, everybody. Take care. I'm out of here.